Oh, hello Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. Thank you so much for joining me. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we start with the Eon card, the Judgment, Rebirth, Reawakening, the Baptism by Fire. This is a doorway of fire, maybe a trial by fire, right? But on the other side of this is the success that you've been waiting for, right? And I feel that this card is saying that you are right at the threshold of this success. Now, it could be that you have been inside this doorway for a long time, but this is a passageway to the rest of your life. Okay, this is a portal to a leveling up, a new era for you. Yeah, and I think it's well deserved. I think that it's a difficult doorway for anyone. Okay, and the fact that it's our first card, I think, shows that this is right here in front of you. That all you have to do now, perhaps, is step through it. This is a new chapter for you. Might even be the start of a new book. Right. But with this card, it usually implies that we have something to leave behind. Okay? That things are not going to be the same as they were. You're going through a doorway, you're in a different room, right? You're in a different universe, you're on a different timeline. It's not going to look exactly the same. Okay? And if we think of it as a simple doorway, yes, your one room is not identical to the other room, at least it's sort of different, at least, We're going to put this card into some context, and we're going to see if we can get some details about what's going on. It feels to me like you're ready to go. You're ready to do this. Okay. Oh, there's the star. Yeah, you are ready because you know that this is your fate, right? You got that star card. The 3 of Pentacles, sure. 4, yes, 4 of Pentacles, and a 6. Look at that. And the Chariot card moving forward. Very good. Another 3. 3 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles. Work hard, play hard, right? We've got the whole universe, too. So it is a portal to a new universe. It is something, you're building worlds over here, okay? We've got another reference to the Cancer energy, the Chariot and the Knight of Cups. And finally, a Prince of Cups. It feels like you're moving from this fire and earth sort of energy over here, right? Into this sort of water energy. This is mostly water. This is creating a world now that is full of love. It's creating a world that has more joy in it, right? More pleasure, less suffering, and more, more intimacy, more love, more sharing, right? This feels very, very good. You are building something that is improving your life. Going through this doorway, it might have been absolutely difficult. It may have been the most difficult and painful thing that you've ever done, but it's going to feel so, so good on the other side, And I think that you've worked so hard for this. What we see here with the fire, earth, right? A lot of fire, and even the Eon. This is pure fire. We've got earth here. And it's sort of leading us to the water, right? That Cancer energy. Very, very nice. I love this so much. I think this is really a major shift in your life. Okay? We're going to select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. This is the factor infinite and unknown. We're going to set it down right here and put our mechanical owl Bobo, the one from Clash of the Titans, the 60s version, the little mechanical owl. Anyway, we're not going to look at that card until the end, but it will tie everything together. And it will give us the confirmation that we need. If you have a prediction for that card, please put it down in the comments. Let's do it together. Let's use our intuition. Okay. All right. Let's take a look around the room too, because we have major, 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 major. Pretty standard. Got our 4 major arcana cards. You're on your spiritual path and you're trying to, because it's 4, right? We have 4 major arcana. It seems to be the standard in the readings that we've been doing. It's kind of us taking the spiritual energy and making it real on earth. Taking the divine energy and bringing it into the world of the 4 elements, bringing it into manifestation, into matter. Okay, so I like that. I like that we have the 4, and it's really they're clustered together too. So it tells me that everything that you're doing in your life right now is very connected. I feel that you have a very major move coming soon. You're being told to keep an eye on your spending, though. Okay. And usually that message comes in when you're about to get a lot of money. It's kind of saying, tighten your belt, get a budget going, be very, very disciplined and very strict with yourself, because there's about to be a lot more of it and you don't want to get carried away. Okay. We got fire, fire. We've got water, water, water. Don't have any air. And we've got a little bit of earth. Now, the absence of the air energy, I think is pretty significant. Anytime there's something missing in a reading, we want to talk about it, right? So I think that the absence of the air energy for the 1 is telling you not to change your plans, not to start overthinking it. Don't start doubting. Don't start questioning. Don't make any revisions. Okay, you're right there at that doorway, and Spirit is showing you the way. You don't need to think about anything really, right? Whatever you are thinking about, whatever you are planning, whatever your thoughts are, and whatever your organization is, and it's fine the way it is. Don't feel like you have to adjust anything there. Okay? The absence of the air energy doesn't mean that we're absent of thought. Okay? It doesn't mean that it's just sort of, crickets going on. It just means that there's no issues. There's no issues with what you're doing or how you're speaking to people or how you're organizing your life or the plans that you're making and the way you're executing those plans. Nothing wrong with it. Doesn't mean it's not challenging, though, either. Okay? I think the absence of the air energy, too, is sort of is saying that we're learning a new way to communicate. I think we're communicating with our heart when we get over here. But I think with the star card, I feel like this is you communicating with the divine. This is the star card really does 2 things. It helps us answer the questions: who am I? Where am I going? What am I made of? And why am I here? Okay. And it shows us the way to become the purest conduit or conductor or channel for the divine energy. The star shows us how to become the magician, right? Maybe the mystery card will be the magician. It shows us how to be that perfect transmitter of the spiritual light, the spiritual force, the spiritual will. So the first thing it does, it shows us what's within us that we have to work on. It shows us where our buttons are, shows us where our karmic knots are, so that we can start working on that. Clearing out some of that energy, doing that work, we start to fill ourselves up with light. And that light then, if we're that pure, if we're the perfect magician, is totally pure on the inside, can transmit the light as a perfect conductor, a perfect channel, a perfect conduit, or like a electrical wire, And that allows us then to move into phase 2 of the star card, which is then projecting that light out into the world. It's showing us our path. It's sort of like it's our beacon. It's our flashlight. We're navigating by the stars at that point, right? And I think this was the difficult work for you. I think that you have put in a heck of a lot of effort, and the moment's finally here, right? Where you've been following the starlight, and you must keep following it. And you're almost there. You've almost reached victory. Okay. The things that you have had to overcome in life, the things that you have had to put behind you, and it's kind of now we're putting this whole whole chunk of time behind us as we go through this doorway. You've done a lot of work karmically. You have completed a lot of your sort of karmic quests in life, right? That you've been on this path of, I think, one sort of lesson to be learned after the other, right? 4 of Wands. It just keeps going and going and going. One after the other, one after the other, one after the other in a very short period of time, maybe a year or two, right? Maybe more, maybe 4 or 5 years, but it's a chunk of time. And now it's like Spirit is saying, this whole chunk of time is behind you. Okay? So not just this particular cycle of karma, but the whole group. It's like a supercluster of galaxies, that you're transcending beyond that. So I feel like you've done a lot of work in your life on yourself, spiritual development, and now it's sort of like you're moving to the next grade. Like this is a lot of tests, a lot of pop quizzes, a lot of homework, and now you're graduating to the next school. So it's really like it kind of makes me want to cry, because I feel like it has been such a long process for you. It's been so much work and so many tests and so much homework and so much frustration. And maybe this is a school thing. Could be something at work. I feel like this is something very spiritual for you. Even if it has its material component in a school, a college, university, a trade school, or something else like this. Maybe it's a work thing or whatever. Whatever the details are, it is a very spiritual thing. Yeah. And you should be proud of yourself. And in fact, you are. We've got the 6 of Wands up here at the top. And the 6 of Wands is the pride that we feel having accomplished something and having others sort of recognize our accomplishments. It's kind of like that. I almost feel that you're being sort of lifted up. You're being raised up. The way, for a wedding or something, they'll put the people in the chair, very Greek style there. But I feel like there's something very special about what it means to you to sort of to get the recognition for the job well done. And I don't mean that. I mean, that's not a bad thing at all. It's like it feels good to know that people recognize what you've done and appreciate you, and they're there to celebrate you. It's illustrated more in the Pamela Coleman Smith Tarot, where it's just kind of, it's one person on a horse, they're victorious, they're crowned, they've got the staff or the wand in their hands, and there's a bunch of people around that are just sort of cheering for them and walking with them while they're on the horse. But you're raised up. But in a way, it's kind of like you have achieved a victory for everybody else, And maybe that is kind of what happened. I don't know the details, but it feels like your win is a win for the rest of us too. Okay, so it really feels like this is your graduation day in a way, and people are there to sort of cheer you on and be like, you worked so hard, and you did such a great job, and we're all really proud of you. But the important thing is that you're proud of yourself. For not having given up, for, you never threw in the towel. There have been times where you've wanted to throw in the towel. We've got the 3 of Pentacles underneath the surface here. And I kind of feel like this is the idea that this is never going to end, that this is a perpetual motion machine, never going to end. Never going to amount to anything. And maybe it feels that way, in relating it to the sort of college or university thing. There's so much work. You think of 4-year college to get a degree, like how much work that is. 4 years, not really a long time, grand scheme of things, but a lot of work. And it sort of seems like it's never going to materialize. It's never going to end. I'm never going to get this stuff done, But you kept at it. You worked hard. You worked very, very hard. I think that you have sacrificed a lot of things in your life to reach this level. I think you've understood, you've learned sort of how to work well with others too. Okay, the 3 of Pentacles, very often about cooperation. It's very often about the recognition of a job well done And especially when we take it in context with the Three of Cups, work hard, play hard, right? This is kind of the satisfaction for the job well done. And it's kind of saying that you've delayed your celebration until you finish the work. And I think you're that kind of person that says, the job's not done till it's done. We don't, we don't crack open the beer until the work day is over, So what I see here, especially just going from the fire over here to all the water over here, and of course the new earth. We got the earth here, but we got new earth over here with the universe or world card. It's a very earthy card. So fire and earth over here, water and earth over here, because all of your efforts are now leading to such tremendous satisfaction. That's basically the message, that all of your hard work is paying off not only materially, but in that sense of satisfaction, that sense of just a miracle that I finished. And I love it, and it feels so good, and there's such a satisfaction. There's such a depth of meaning, and it's really, it makes your heart like just want to sing, And I like that very much. The Chariot in the future position is kind of saying like, you're going through that doorway and you have a lot more road to travel. Like it's almost like life is just now beginning. Now you have this whole other journey going here. So if we think of it kind of like someone who's like leaving college or leaving university, it's like you're in the car, you're about to get in the car and you're just looking back and thinking, a lot of hard work, like a lot of memories, and sometimes the Four of Wands is memory, It's realizing how much we've been through in that situation and just like kind of feeling that bittersweet moment that we're about to get in the car and drive off, right? And this is the transition to sort of the rest of your life. This is the leveling up. This is a transcendence for you. And maybe you're experiencing one of these major life passages. Maybe you are going from sort of home to school or school to work or work to retirement or something like this, right? It could be. Maybe there is a big shift in your life in other areas. Maybe you are relocating your life. Maybe this is the end of an era for you. But, we look at it as the end of an era. We feel the sadness. We feel it's sort of a somber note. Or we can look at it the other way. It's the beginning of the next era. And the next era is going to be one of more pleasure, more joy, more love. Okay? More love. The Chariot card might be even a relocation to a new part of the universe for you, a new part of the world. What you're building here with the Three of Pentacles becomes infinite here with the universe card. So I think you're working, whatever you're doing, whatever your efforts are in the physical realm, you're expanding your life. You're building something bigger and better, financially or in terms of your living situation or your business or your family and the home, and just your physical life generally is now no limit. Okay, no limit at all. So the Chariot is, the Chariot is ready. It's ready to go and sort of demarcate the boundaries of your new life. It's kind of like you in the car and you're just going to sort of drive around your property just to get a feel for where the edges are. It's like you get a new house and you just walk to every room. You want to get a sense of how big it is. So when you're in this new world, this new level, this new universe, new timeline, this is kind of you just out exploring, just to get a feel for the vastness that you're kind of walking into, Feels really good, this energy. I don't know that we've had a reading that felt this good in a while for you. I'm very happy that we do. We are now going to talk about the path of the serpent. And as we do this, I would like to ask for your subscription. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. Anyway. Let's take a look. Three of Cups, the celebration, right? This is you're in the mood to celebrate. This is your general energy now. I think it's kind of it's a focus on intimacy. It's a focus on family. It's a focus on having the right relationships. Just as this was kind of the partnerships or the teamwork, and as far as like business goes, or like materializing and maybe work stuff. This is kind of having the right team, but in that more emotional way. Having the right group of like intimate people in your life, friends, family, loved ones, people that are celebrating with you. That kind of team, the team that is supporting you in that personal and private way. Rather than over here, the teamwork that you're all trying to build the same thing. And a lot of the time, these can be overlapping. They can be the same team, obviously, right? And maybe it is. Maybe it is the same team, but this is the different side of things. This is now the team that really loves and supports each other and has such an intense and intimate bond. It might be really that you're shifting your focus to more family things lately. That this is the will or the intention, the aspiration to live a life that is full of more joy and love, beauty and bliss than before. Less struggle, more ease, right? And I think that's a very good thing. And I think that you have worked very, very hard to make your life a little bit easier, to make the life of your loved ones a little bit better. Less suffering, right? More joy. It doesn't mean you're not going to work hard ever again, but it means that you've achieved a certain level of comfort, or you will be achieving this level of comfort in your life. So I think, again, watch your spending. More money's coming in. You're expanding your empire here. You're going to have an easier, more joy-filled life. You're still going to have a lot of hard work. You still have ambitions. You're still going to create. But I think you've achieved a certain level of comfort or of stability, maybe, right? Very, very good. The universe card in the environment, it feels like the borders are being removed. The walls are being taken down. Okay? I feel like you've been waiting a long time for this success, that if it was 4 years, it felt like 4 lifetimes. Okay? There's a connection with crystals and minerals, right? You do some sort of crystal healing, or you have crystals somewhere right near you, or you have one in your pocket, or you keep one maybe as jewelry, but they're sort of always with you. Yeah. The universe really, this card makes you feel as if there are no limits. Everything is possible to you. Maybe this is a really big sort of accomplishment in your career. This is like, the sky's the limit now. And the sky it's infinite space. Infinite space is the limit. So we've got the star, and we've got the container for the star, right? And ultimately, you are the star, right? But you're the sun. Maybe the mystery card will be the sun. The sun's a star anyway, and you know that. Most of us do, I think. And so it really is about you being a star out in space. And it's sort of that grandeur that we feel. It's that transcendent splendor of just that majesty of being a part of the universe in that way. You feel like a star out in space. And there's no real limit except for your own sort of, your own will, I guess, And I'm sure you have, even stars have their orbit around something else, but it's kind of like we're achieving that larger perspective. This is kind of like our daily, weekly, monthly, the karmic cycles, right? Just those sort of routines that happen very quickly. These are the little routines and cycles that happen 5 times a day. These little tiny orbits, But the stars out in space, these are orbits that take millions or billions of years, that traverse, light years, right? That's the scale that we're talking about here. So it really is this mind-expanding experience for you. And what we have as the sort of challenge card is the Knight of Cups. And really, the Knight of Cups is all about the giving and receiving of love. It's kind of asking you, when's the last time you told your people that you love them? The obstacle for you is that you're not going to be able to stop saying it. The obstacle, the challenge here is to just not get tired of hearing it, because you're finding ways, and this is how you're communicating. Like I said, there's no swords cards here. You're learning how to communicate from the heart. It's kind of like you're really transitioning. It almost feels like you're able to retire early, or something is just so successful that it just creates this different kind of lifestyle for you. One that's more about love and connection and community and togetherness, and you're really like, and maybe it's through these challenges that you went through that you really started to understand what's important to you and how crucial it is that we tell our people that we love them as often as we can. Okay. Someone in your family had a stroke a while back, I think. Yeah. I don't know who it is. I feel like an older male energy. But I feel like someone had a stroke a few years probably ago. One of this, it's a confirmation for someone from spirit. Okay. Yeah, and the next card too is more of the same water energy. We have the fixed water energy here with the Prince of Cups. And the Prince of Cups is, this is someone that wants to express themselves, that has some intense feeling inside of them, right? This, just whatever this water energy is, it's like a passion. And they want to express it. It's the love for everybody else. It's your it's your will to create and to express yourself and to and give and receive love and affection and to express your gift, This is the more sort of, the artist. This is the more almost practical artist in a way. Because this is all passion. This is just somebody that just has this flow of love that's just, it's just coming to the foreground. But this is someone that really takes their art seriously and is trying to live a life that's very authentic and is trying to really express themselves in a very specific way. You all know those artists that they're very serious, right? And they're very particular. And they're trying to do something or paint something and it's just not right. And they have to throw it away and start again. It's very serious, very intense. This is sort of intense, but in a different way. Because this is more spontaneous. This is kind of like, it's the love. There's no right or wrong answer. There's no right or wrong way to do it. With this one, there's a very specific way to do it. Okay? This is someone who's a very particular kind of artist, And I think that you are kind of, you're starting to sort of refine your life in a more particular way. Okay? And the obstacle, it seems for you, if there is any sort of obstacles here at all, it's just the matter of you being open to the spontaneous expressions of love. There's no right or wrong answers, and don't sort of fall back to some of the seriousness that you had here and thinking that there's only one way to do things, right? So take love, take joy, take affection, express it, give it, receive it in so many different ways. There's not just one way to do it. Take your fill of love, right? And so we have to sort of move out of that fixed energy that there's only one way to do it, and there's a way that's particular to us. Allow yourself to be spontaneous and creative in how you experience joy. Basically, go out and try new things. Be spontaneous with your people and with your friends and family and things like this. Yeah, really, really good energy. I don't see any kind of there's really no challenges here at all that I can find. Let's take a look at the mystery card. Yeah, I want to see if this is the Sun, if it's the Fool, if it's the Empress. Those are sort of my guesses. If you have a prediction, though, put it down in the comments. The Ace of Cups. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is sort of the reward, This is Spirit saying, here, you've earned this. It's time to take your fill of love, right? It's time for you to refresh yourself. It's time for you to focus on a life that is easier. And it doesn't mean you're not going to work hard. Doesn't mean there's not going to be problems or troubles or difficulties. But now you're focused on having love in your life, expressing love in everything, in every way that you can. So in that sense, the Prince of Swords is kind of getting out of the sort of fixed water energy, And we're learning how to do everything we do from a place of love. Okay? The Ace, this is the source of the water, and the water flows out in all directions, and it irrigates every other part of life. Everything you do is nourished by this water energy, by love. Yeah? And it's art, and it's creativity, and it's emotion, and it's intuition, it's spiritual, it is deep and meaningful, it is purposeful. This might even be saying that you're kind of finding your purpose in life is shifting. That we're out of this phase now of all of these sort of daily, weekly, monthly, yearly cycles of work and work and rest and all this, whatever it is, whatever these challenges are that we're overcoming, and now we're leveling up, we're putting all this behind us. And now I feel like your life is taking on a brand new purpose. And I wonder what this is going to be for you. I can't wait to read the next set of cards for you. This feels really, really good. We are going to do an extended reading. If you want to stick around for that, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Leo, Tuesdays and Saturdays. Be sure to watch both readings. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. It doesn't cost anything. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. All right, let me know what's going on with you. I want you to know that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you, and I love you, and we're all in this together.